What's up, guys? Welcome back. And today, talking about self-worth. As it relates to your goals, a lot of the times, very much often, I get a lot of comments with people asking these SP questions, and you can just tell by the energy that these people have just placed this SP of theirs on such a pedestal, and there's so much kind of needy energy surrounding this person. And the question here is, look, it's not about this person. That's what we have to realize. It's not that this one person is going to give us the answer to all of our problems or be the solution to every single pain or suffering that we have kind of imagined them to be in our minds. I know that I know that like giving logical answers, sometimes people don't like that, but human beings tend to either idealize or demonize things. They look in terms of black and white. It's like somebody that's not giving you the attention or somebody that broke up with you, the tendency is to pedestalize them. The tendency is to chase. The tendency is, to run after the thing like a cat with a string. You go towards the cat, they run away. You take the toy away, now they chase the string, right? Maybe that isn't giving you guys any satisfaction hearing that. But what I would ask all of us to do, and I watched a video recently by Maggie Murphy, Neville Goddess, talking about this, where she realized that her whole thing with her relationships really came down to her relationship with her father. And she thought that she had a fine relationship with her father. She thought everything was good. But underneath the surface, there were these feelings of being ignored, being not kind of neglected, not being uncared for. And that she was seeking this in a partner throughout her entire adult life. And if we can kind of understand that, really understand that this is more about ourselves and our internal state. That's what Neville Goddard talks about. And in Vadim Zeland's book, Transurfing, he's talking about self-worth and becoming worthy of anything. And he says what we need to do is stop looking at the outside world, stop looking at the 3D reality to confirm our worthiness, whether that's in a person, whether that's in a specific goal, a specific career that we've wanted, a specific position, a specific thing. He says that when we do that, we are projecting this need, this attachment into the 3D, and the 3D then runs away, right? Like the cat analogy. You're creating excess potential, excess importance. And what it is doing, it is communicating on the energetic field and on this energetic level that you do not have this thing, or that you do not see yourself as worthy of acquiring this thing by chasing after it, by needing it, by wanting that confirmation so bad. So what do we have to do to resolve this? Well, he says that in order to flip this feedback loop on its head, you have to redirect your intention consciously. AKA, one way of doing that is affirmations. Another way is the feeling sense. Another way is visualization. But he says what you need to do is rather than trying to look for confirmation from the outside world that you have these fine qualities, that you are this, to look yourself in this favorable light. And rather than trying to do that and seek that confirmation from outside, stop trying to make any attempt at all to seek it from the outside. When a person isn't trying to make themselves appear more important, although almost everyone does this, people intuitively sense that their value goes without saying. And that person is, as if by magic, treated with greater favor and respect. As a result, the heart and mind are gradually instilled with the conviction that I really am worth something. At a certain point, the mirror circle stops and then turns in the opposite direction, moving towards you. As a result, your self-esteem improves, and it is as if you never had an inferiority complex at all. So, what do we have to do? Go into your inner world of imagination. Give yourself that love that you are seeking from outside yourself. Give yourself that approval that you are seeking from outside yourself. Give yourself that unconditional love and acceptance that you have sought ever since you were a child, that you feel like is missing, that you feel like has been missing in your relationship, missing in your confirmation, that you feel as if has been that feeling of being deprived, that's a destructive state. And embrace this feeling that you, in your own consciousness, are worthy. You give yourself that worthiness. And you give yourself permission to feel it without seeking permission from anything outside, anything or anyone. And like he says, when you do this gradually, because the mirror takes a little bit to reflect, right? You'll begin to see this reflect back to you. It's an ongoing practice. Many of us have wounds that are, and that's why we get triggered, right? Like the pain body that Eckhart Tolle talks about. We get rejected, and then, all of these flood of emotions come back. It's not really about that person. It's not really about that one rejection. It's about those wounds. It's like you have this wound here and it's getting pressed, and it's like that's what's happening. It's an old wound. It's not about this certain situation. And the way that we can heal those wounds is by giving that to ourselves. You don't have anything to prove. Realize you don't have anything to prove. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You are worthy. You are worthy, and you are enough, and you are more than enough. There's no reason that you're not enough as you are. And that's the paradox of this. That's what Vadim Zeland says. As soon as you accept yourself with all your shortcomings, all your flaws, because you are, by virtue of having the creator spark within you, being an extension of this divine, being a divinely created being on this earth, you are perfect. Once you embrace yourself with all your flaws, but then also work on yourself, envision yourself, be on that path of growth. That is how you achieve perfection. That is how you achieve true worthiness. When you know that you're progressing, when you know that you're becoming the best version of yourself, and you know that you're on that path of growth. And don't ever, another thing he mentions here is don't ever try to cut down somebody else's self-worth, because the world is a mirror and you get reflected back what you put out. But that essentially is it. You don't need to prove it to anybody else. What you need to do is assume it to be true for yourself, and the outer world will reflect it. Fall asleep in that knowing, fall asleep seeing yourself as that worthy person in that situation, in that new situation that you want. You have the new house, you have the new job, you have the relationship, and you are living that, and allow yourself to feel that, allow yourself to be that right now, to be in that state of consciousness right now. That's one way that you can give it to yourself. You give it to yourself now, the mirror will reflect it. The mirror does not smile before you smile. Thank you very much. Drop this with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.